What in the Where Waldo is that? It literally is Where is Waldo. That shirt speaks everything. So I did a really crazy thing just now where I disabled all of my Sims 4 packs and only had the base game installed. And I thought it'd be really fun to actually make some townies for you all, or at least one townie to begin with, and only using base game with no CC, no mods, no nothing, just the base game alone. Now, honestly, if you didn't know this at this point, The Sims 4 has been around for about 8 years now, and in base game, we've had so much improvement from skin tones, hair colors, hair types, pronouns, sexual orientations, the whole shebang, and it's made the whole experience more fun for a lot of players, especially if people who don't really like storytelling or have a hard time storytelling and figuring out their Sims traits, their aspirations, and their starter funds. When you're brought to create a Sim in a brand new save file, you're brought to cast and you have this whole personality quiz. And what's so unique about it, they have all these questions, and based on your answers of the questions, it builds your Sim. But let's see, let's click OK, and let's start with an easy question. What age am I? Young adult always? The fridge is broken, what do I do? Fix it myself, call repair service, buy a new one? We call repair service because it's cheaper. I spotted a rare creature. I capture it, take a photo, or keep it. Photo always. It's my friend's birthday. What do I do for them? Make them a drink, take them out on the town. What friends? We'll say what friends? Social anxiety here. Haha. I just got home from shopping for clothes. I'll review them on my blog. I'll hang them neatly. Time to show them off. I'll do neatly. Best music comes from the radio. It plays live, comes from video games, but we'll say live. What role would I play in a criminal heist? Mastermind, muscle, or police informant? Ooh, can we be rivals with Nancy Landgrab? Oh my gosh, please. Police informant, please. My friend needs someone to watch their child. Children? I mean, I'm good with children, but if we're gonna play The Sims, I'm gonna say they know not to ask me. What's the best kind of plot twist? Ooh, Des Ex Machina. The hero becomes the villain. Delivery of a poetic justice. The hero that becomes the villain. Ooh. How do I get by in my life? Intelligence and hard work. I borrow things. Klepto. I mooch off of friends. Hard work and intelligence. I have a great idea for a prank. Self-deprecating, I would never prank anyone, or it's at someone else's expense. Self-deprecating, let's go with that one. What in the Where Waldo is that? It literally is Where is Waldo. That shirt speaks everything. So since we did all of that with all of our questions and answers, we are a musical genius who is a goofball, music lover, but also is a loner. But we are in the entertainer career where we have the comedy skill, violin skill, and we have standard fun. So I would say maybe 20,000 simoleons to our name. Maybe a little bit more, but who knows? I think for their whole gender, I think I want to definitely do just keep everything the same until we kind of change things overall. I might make another Sim actually. But for the sexual orientation, I think we'll do romantically attracted to both men and women, but exploring romantically, no. And they are interested in woohooing with neither. I think that would be really interesting since they are a loner. They wouldn't really want to be romantically, exploring romantically or woohooing with anyone, but they are romantically attracted to both men and women. Frankie Dent. Frankie Dent, and your pronouns will be he, him for now, unless stated otherwise. Now, if you all download the Sim, Frankie Dent, do whichever you want, whatever you want to do. I've learned a lot through, storytelling, create a Sim, kind of building, and just telling a story from my personal life or just a made up life from a movie or a TV show or whatever it might be. And so I would love to learn your experience of The Sims 4. How do you play the game? What do you do? How do you experience it day by day? Do you play it chaotically, family friendly wise? Whatever do you do? I would love to know your full on experience with pretty much anything and everything. Since we are here today, I thought it'd be really fun to talk about, the Sims 4 base game and where it has gone and where it is headed. Now, I've been a long-term Sims player for 22 years now, and I've been playing The Sims 4 since the day it came out in the year 2014. And I didn't really play a lot of The Sims 3 that much. I was more of a Sims 2 player, really. But I remember when The Sims 4 first came out, I was really excited because it was different. And I learned from the experience of playing The Sims 2 and a little bit of The Sims 3, and it was a little bit like, okay, I can learn to love this. This might be good for me to play and experience. Now, personally for me, I didn't really like the whole map view because everything was one color. You couldn't really travel anywhere as much. There was like not a lot to offer for the Sims 4 base game at the very start. But I knew that over time it was going to get better eventually because I always believe in the greater outcome, the greater nicest of video games, because video games are always forever evolving and always changing. And the gaming industry has changed a lot over the past 8 years since The Sims 4 has arisen, in my opinion. And looking at this now, like when only having the base game installed with no other packs, it really goes to show how different things are and how, what is that? When did we get this? I don't remember this at all. When did we get this out? When did we get this? When was this a thing? If anyone knows, let me know, because I'm not joking. When I look at base game, I'm like, when did we get this? I do not remember a single thing whatsoever. I know there was like a bunch of stuff that we had. I think the Mac collection as well was also pretty cool because they involved body hair into the game when we got the high school years expansion pack recently, not too long ago. And I found myself like, wait, body hair finally, because I kept on using Lumia's body hair, which is custom content, but they now work for The Sims 4. But I think they still also update their CC every once in a while when they can. But I remember that I had always gravitated towards their CC all the time because it was really good and high professional. And it was like, one day we will have body hair in The Sims 4. Like we have leg hair in The Sims 4, we have back hair, which I find very interesting, and I think you would be very hairy, but who knows? We'll have you wear this one, arm hair, and then we also have like a bunch of tattoos that we had in a bunch of collabs. I think they did a collab with a bunch of like tattoo artists, like IRL tattoo artists recently, not too long ago. Like that's a cool tattoo. We got a back tattoo, got a chest tattoo, even like a leg tattoo as well. Looking at, okay, it's so crazy. Like if you all don't do this, I think you all should do it and just like look through base game to see what is new, what is old, what you have missed before, because we have a lot of packs in The Sims 4 and a lot of kits, and there's so many and it's hard to keep track of everything. So for me, doing this way makes it much easier for me to be more like aware of like what's old, what's new, what came with what pack. I don't actually ever make mail sims ever, but for the first time in forever, I feel like I'm doing a good job. And sometimes, I don't know if you've noticed this or not at all, but lately, every time you go into cast, whether you do story mode or not, I find it so cool that some of the randomized generated sims are looking pretty nice. They don't even actually have to like change their looks or change any of their facial features or outfits half of the time because it's already good either way. That is a nice look. He looks like a recording producer or like a music producer or something like that with these glasses on. Like they have a little tint to them on the top side and I like them. I really, really like this. Anyway, we have this shirt that we got with base game. I don't remember when we got this. I think we got it around when the high school pack came out, but I don't remember per se. I just know it didn't come with the actual base game. And looking through the quality of the items as well, you can see the evolution of Create a Sim, of how they stylize and how they design their assets. I find, at least I've seen an improvement through some of the items, because I think we all need like plain colored swatches of like shirts or pants or, you know, hairstyles or eye color or whatever it might be. Like we need just plain solid color things instead of having a bunch of patterns, because I find having a bunch of patterns is way too much and can really make the game a little bit more difficult to stylize your Sims in a different way, because sometimes they want to be plain Jane, sometimes they want to be extra. For me, I'm a plain Jane type of simmer, but I don't know about you, but that's just me. But I do like this outfit, and something I've noticed about these shorts, I really love these shorts, but what I find so interesting that there are only 3 swatches with these, a red, a purple, and like a dark blue. And I wish there were more like swatches with this one because it looks so good and it's base game that I think they could add in like, you know, a yellow or a white or a green or another like, you know, lighter blue or something like that, because that could be a really, really good pair of shorts to wear. I mean, we do have these shorts, but they're like more like khaki shorts to me. But for me, I would always go with these shorts because I think I like them the most. So we're gonna go with the blue shorts. Perfect. Now the shoes, I don't think I've seen these swatches a day in my life. I've seen these shoes before, but you know what's so sad? I've never used these shoes ever. Never used them. Never used these shoes either because they're just too big and I didn't really know how to properly use them at all. I just didn't think they were a thing that I should use. I always end up using like these plain Jane sneakers or like, you know, these shoes or maybe even these. Like, I really don't use a lot of items in the game from base game now that I think about it. It really goes to show that I just don't know half of the stuff that I used to until I uninstalled all of my packs. Because I remember that they did a collab with Complex Sims, who was a CC creator, and they collaborated with him and made these robes and the do-rag, and they also made bonnets as well. And what's so cool is that the robe and the do-rag and the bonnet, they all match. So if you want like a tan robe and a tan do-rag, you can have that. Have what you want. But Mr. Frankie here, I think we would go with a gold robe and then maybe like a gold do-rag. I don't know if I like this one or that one. I think I want to go with this one right here because this one seems more fitting. Let's go with that right here. There we go. Cute, look at this. Look at Mr. Frankie here. No way, his slippers match even too. Oh, that's really nice. I would have loved to see if we had more options for slippers. That would have been really cool. I forgot to mention that I actually do have another pack installed, but the thing is about this pack, it's actually a free pack you can download right now. It's always been free since the very start of The Sims 4 when they introduced the holiday pack. And I thought it was like so cool they had free content and they kept updating that free pack with new content all the time when a new holiday arose, you know, in the universe, or they just made something new for that pack. And I don't know, now that we're getting The Sims 4 for free in October, it's like, what else is there? What else can they do with The Sims 4 that will be free or, you know, that could really change the way we think of things in base game? I do like this red and blue jean and black shoe combo, but then we also have like the red glasses that were already attached to his face to begin with. And these earrings, again, I say, when the base game does the job for you, you just let it go, let it slide and conceal, don't feel, just don't let it show because now they know. Now, your swimwear is monstrosity, but it's fine. I think you wearing a tank top is fine, and then also wearing these shorts are fine too. But then again, I do like these right here. But something that I've always found so fascinating about the base game is that we don't have a lot of options for like swimwear for like male Sims. And I've always felt like this for a very long time. And I've always felt that, you know, male Sims don't get as much as female Sims or like vice versa, or it's like all the same, but it's still like repeated. That I'm hoping to one day that we get more gender neutral clothing across the board, because sometimes the outfits will match the body frame of a female Sim, but not a male Sim, and vice versa, or it works, but there's like a glitch with it. And I feel like there should be a lot more gender neutral clothing across the board with like t-shirts, tank tops, shorts, whatever it might be. And I think it just makes it much easier for an everyday game player and just an everyday person who plays the Sims, especially for me. Even though we can already take off the masculine and feminine tag in the creative Sim, it's just not the same because sometimes the clothing does not fit one or the other frame, so it's kind of difficult sometimes, but gender neutral clothing would make it much easier for everyone and it'll be more enjoyable that way. Now your winter wear, we could have used the one from the base game update we got with the high school pack, but then we have the mosquito one, and then we have this one that also looks really nice. Ooh, wait, what if we go like a brown and black one, and then have your pants be like the jeans that you wore in your everyday wear, and then your shoes can be like the boots? I don't know, he looks really cool. Frankie Dent looks really cool. A really cool musician, down to earth, doesn't say much, doesn't do much, but he does get the job done, and he's really inspirational. But either way, as always, do let me know down in the comments below, as always, of what do you thought of Frankie Dent's look. If you have done this before, let me know. If you haven't, I suggest you all try it, because once you start doing it more often, it's a lot more enjoyable and more exciting to see how you can make a Sim with only using base game, no CC, no mods, or just using a couple of packs that you might have, or just trying something new that you haven't done before. So give it a try, see what you can do, and if you do it, I would love to see your Sims that you've made through Creative Sim with only using base game, with no CC and mods, and tell me, you know, your enjoyment of it. And if you make videos about it, I want to see that too. But regardless, as always, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!